Where did you want us to send the blurb to? Like through your email?
I had my volume kind of low. What did you say again, Chris?
Where did you want us to send the picture and the blurb to? Like through
Oh,
email?
just email it to me. Yes.
Perfect.
Hey Tiffany, so I have a question.
Yes.
On one of the links that you had sent us, it's to it where it says enroll for these classes that we just did. Were we supposed to enroll in them?
Um,
Because when I click enroll, it just took me to like that Google form.
right. So I know there was an issue with this afternoon session.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've taken attendance, so I will be adding your names even if you didn't enroll. I know that there was issues with that one in particular, but yeah, you were supposed to enroll.
Okay, I did.
Yeah.
I did that yesterday, I think. I enrolled. It was just that middle one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll get it taken care of.
It was like the Zoom link.
Okay. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, but okay.
Let's see. I'm not sure where Glenn went to, so hopefully he'll join us in a little bit. But I wanted to respect your time. All right, so this is the last part of our new teacher academy. And again, I'm Tiffany Frome, and Glenn Bennett, I believe, is jumping back on, and he's our director of dance and theater. Our norms again. All right, so we're gonna go over Strive, because I'm sure some of you are also hearing that term Eduphoria. It's the program that we used to use, but it's now becoming Strive. So I'll kind of show you that on my screen. And then when we do our breakout art, we're going to share sketches for those who didn't get a chance to, or Austin, because I missed you on that one. And then I'll also show you some of those resources in our shared Google. Okay. All right, so if you are on the Fort Worth ISD page, and there is a place for employees, you can get there through the Link Hub or also through ClassLink. I can try this way. We'll ask you to sign in. All right. Sure what they have it listed as now. But while you're here, if you haven't done your coronavirus training, this is where you can access that. Once you have that Fort Worth ISD email, you can get there through Safe Schools, and it's not too long. Let's see if it's on here. Okay, so it's actually still under Eduphoria. So you do click on Eduphoria to get there from ClassLink. And then within Eduphoria, that's where you're going to see Strive. So once you're in Strive, this is where you can see all of your T-test, I guess, things that you need to do. So you can see where you have your goals, your archived evaluations, and your archived goals for people who've taught in the past in the district. And mine might look a little bit different because it's on the administrator side. But so you will be asked through your administrator to, set your goals for the year. And they will be doing a more specific T-test training for you. I do have some tips and tricks in terms of that. If you're interested in another training, I've taught a T-test for art teachers. So if there is interest in that, let me know and I can put together something virtually. All right, so for your professional learning, you'll have a list of your enrolled courses, your completed courses, and this is where you're gonna see all the things that you've done. Now, it's not instantaneous, and anything that you've done in the summer, for those of you who are able to get on before and participate in ConnectEd, they're not even collecting those lists until I think the 31st. So sometimes it takes about a month to get that information in there, but you should see your classes here. And then you're also going to have in your portfolio, and mine's going to look different than yours, but in your portfolio, you're going to be able to see your total number of flex hours that you've completed, and that will, be able to give you an idea of where you're at in terms of reaching your 30. So I would encourage you to kind of stay on top of that. Again, give them about a month to kind of get it updated since the beginning of the year. But if your stuff isn't showing up in there by October, let me know. And then also for the Fine Arts Department, Wendy Owens is who you email. And you'll want to keep up on that. In terms of courses that you can take, right now, nothing through visual arts is in here. Again, I said they haven't granted me access again, so I can't add classes yet. But you can see a bunch of the ed tech stuff is on there. Looks like, there might just be some things in here that you find interesting, but these flex credits will count for out of department flex. And you are so if you want to do more than 30 hours, you are more than welcome to do that. We had our top flex earner last year had 120 hours of flex. And so there really is no limit, but the minimum is 30 hours. But there's a lot of good things out there in terms of courses. And the great thing about right now is it's all virtual. So you don't even have to leave your house. Because I don't know about you, but by the time I was done with work at the end of the day, I didn't really want to go anywhere else. So that at least this gives it, lets you have that option to do it at in your own space without the travel part of it. I don't know that you're going to have anything in terms of conferences in there, but right, so do you have questions about Strive?
So, sorry, we can take any of the classes. It doesn't have to be like they're not geared to a grade level or anything like that. Like-
Sometimes they are. Sometimes they will say, like for ours, we put art teachers only usually because we get all content area like want to take ours, and so I have to say art teacher only. But those ed tech ones, anyone can do those. So mostly yes, you can do any of them, but they do count for that out of department. So as long as you're okay with, all right, I'm going to get my 18 hours this way for in department with these classes, and I'll show you where that is for art once we go through that Google Drive.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions regarding Strive?
I'm looking at my portfolio right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm looking at my portfolio now, and it's divided into 2 sections. And I can't determine. Yeah, it's in two sections. How do you know which ones are going toward this year? It's like it has portfolio entries from June 2020 to May.
Okay. Can you share? Why don't you share your screen with us so I can see what you're seeing? And while you're doing that,
Oh boy.
to answer, Marcia had a
Oh,
question.
no, I don't want to do that.
Okay, so it's at the bottom.
Okay.
It'll say
Don't
green.
want to do
screen.
that. I see it, but I don't want to do it. I'm being shy. So
Oh, okay.
no,
All right, then.
I'll talk to my technology
Okay.
person.
Sorry. So your
All
COVID.
right. Okay. Don't laugh, guys.
Your Marcia had a question about submitting COVID training certificates. Those will go to your campus, not to me. So your administrator should let you know that. Sometimes they have you send them to their secretary, but just hold on to them, keep them in a file on your computer, just so that you have them. But some campuses will ask you for them. Some of them will just want to know if you've completed it. But yeah, that's campus stuff.
Question.
Yes.
With the Strive Eduphoria, that's where all of the flex credits show up. Do you have to submit them? Because I know you have to submit the Art of Ed as a separate one, and then the outside has to be submitted, and then it takes it gets processed, and then it shows up there in Strive.
Okay, so anything so those extra courses that were on there, if you sign up for them in Strive, you don't need to send me anything. It'll does its own thing. Now, the reason why I'm having you compile all those lists, it's mostly so that I don't lose them all in my email. And when I get granted back my access for, adding things into Strive, I'll be able to put them all in there at one time. And so that's why we're compiling them that way. And also, keeps a record of that for us. All right, any other Strive specific questions? You also can from the Fort Worth ISD employees, there are quite a few links that you can get to from this employee link hub. There's the reporting an absence. You can get there through there. They have phone directories on here. Self-serve, that is where you're going to be able to see your paycheck and virtual paycheck stub. Focus, for those of you who don't know yet, that is our grading system, and that'll be how you do your grading. It is a good idea to bookmark some of these. So I told you that I created that, my school Chrome account. So then I have all my work specific bookmarks up here as opposed to my personal one. So like there's printable calendars there, reporting an absence in another spot, safe school training. You can get to your email through here. So this is kind of where everything used to be. ClassLink is our newer part of our website. And so most of the things that you need will be in this employee link hub. So if you're, struggling to find something, look there first. Even workman's comp, if you have some type of accident, you can go there. And speaking of unplanned things, I would encourage you to sign up for one of the, what do they call them? Either the UEA or ATPE, just to protect yourself. We've had several teachers that were accused of something that they did not do. And if you're a member of one of those organizations, they will hire you an attorney, they'll give you advice. And so I would highly encourage that you participate in one of those. They can do it so that it comes out of your paycheck monthly, so it's all split up. And I know when you're first starting, it seems like a lot, but it's, on a teaching salary, you can't afford an attorney to fight some type of student saying something about you. And in terms of accusations, as an administrator, for example, they hear a rumor that you're having a relationship with a student, they have to investigate that. So what that means is that they will turn that information into the Office of Professional Standards, and they will open an investigation. You'll most likely be put on leave, and they'll, kind of figure out if there's any truth behind it. But the reason why they have to do that is if your administrators have heard about it and they didn't do anything, then they are held personally liable. So not through the school. It's like their as a person could be sued. And so it's not personal if they turn you in, but if there's that type of rumor, and it doesn't happen, it's happened to a very small percentage of our staff, but you want to just make sure you're protected. And that's why I would encourage you to be a member of one of those organizations. And I myself still am a member. As an administrator, I can only participate in the ATPE one, but yeah, it's just for your protection. You've spent all this time and hours getting trained in your degrees, and I don't want something to happen because someone starts a rumor and you're accused. Of course, try to be careful in terms of don't be alone with a student, leave your door open in terms of if the student comes in, don't have them come to your house. You're not supposed to drive them. And I know it's super tempting if they're left at the school, but you just need to be careful and protect yourself, especially those of you who are closer in age to your students. And it doesn't even have to be a student making something up. It could be a parent that says that, you did something. So and overall, it doesn't happen that often. I just want you guys to be careful that way. The organizations are called UEA is the first one, and ATPE. And one of them has a building. UEA has their building right in Fort Worth. So I'm not going to tell you which one to participate in, but sometimes that local presence is helpful. Hey, Glenn. I was just telling them to join either UEA or ATPE.
I got so excited that my email was back working that I've been entering emails and lost track of time.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I showed them Strive and the link hub for the Fort Worth ISD employee page, and we were just talking about joining one of those unions so that they're protected just in case.
Always a good idea.
Yes. And they actually call that office of, is it professional standards? They call that the OOPS office. So
Yes.
yeah, but yeah. So, but if something happens, let me know. I, can guide you through it a little bit and kind of let you know the background on some of it. So I am available if you have questions about that. So no more questions on.
I have a question about recording for the Google Voice. Is there like a site that we can go to get that phone number?
I'm not sure what Google Voice is.
It's like a phone number that you give to parents that you don't have to give them your personal phone number.
I don't have information on that one.
I believe you can
Okay.
just Google it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Google.
Yeah.
It's Google. It's like
Okay.
a Google phone number. It's a Google phone number.
Okay. So probably if you just Google phone number, it'll give you step-by-step instructions.
Yeah.
But that's not one we have. Okay, in terms of Eduphoria, Chris said he's not able to get in yet. You might not be in the system yet. I wouldn't freak out about that yet. At least you have your email, so we're excited about that part. All right, I think I've answered all the questions in the chat. Did I miss anyone's question? All right, then we can do our breakout session. Let's make sure I have the opt-in. All right. I'm going to send you to your rooms. All right, Jennifer, are you able to get to that room? It should be asking you to, you're on mute.
Okay, there it is. Sorry, I was on mute. I didn't see the link yet, but it just came through.
Okay, all right. Okay, great. All right. So again, showing you that shared drive. You're going to get there from Google, making sure you're signed into your teacher account. I started all of you with your personal account, so you probably can still get in that way. I can take that eventually off if you want me to, but it is a visual arts department. All right, so our different folders, I think for like if we have Zoom meetings, I've been putting in the recordings in here. They've just started to have us they had us create a Fort Worth ISD channel that's attached to our work account. And so I'll probably most likely be putting more links in there in terms of in the future. Well, it looks like we have a VPA drive added here. I don't know how that got on there, but that's fun. That's fun. All right, technology. As we find, hey, I do. Do we have a? Okay. Okay, hold on just one sec, everyone. Oh. No, he's not in. He's not in at all.
May have just
Dropped out? Yeah.
Not gonna be with Art.
Yeah, he's
All
just
right.
like, yeah, and I'm out. All right, sorry. But as I find, or if it's through the district or one of our teachers, any type of technology training that we can give you, we're gonna stick in that technology folder. If you wanna see some of the art of our teachers, that's in there. I asked them for that to put into our handbook. I'm gonna have social and emotional things in here in the taking care of you. The TAEA membership, that is where, oh, and people are already starting to put their forms in there. Good job. So that's where you put those forms. Student resources. So so these will be things for you to pass out or give to your students. And before they go in there, you know, I usually link them to an Artbeat Weekly, so that in that newsletter. So this was, I think it was the Arts De La Rosa summer program. So like that type of thing where it's like flyers, I stick them in there for you. This was our resources from the spring when it was learning at home. School specialty, that's where we have those instructions on how to log in so that you can see the prices that are for Fort Worth ISD. New Teacher Academy, I'm sure you're all very familiar with that. I have been adding your, to each of these documents, I've been adding those videos because I've been able to record the Zoom and add those videos. So those are on there if you want to reference something. Contests, if there's contest information, I'll put those in there. Calendar, that one is where I started our calendar. Use the one in the Artbeat for now, but we'll update that one. Artbeat, so if by chance I miss you in the email, if you click on Artbeat links by date, I also have all the, well, I don't have last year's on here yet, but starting in May, I started putting them in here so that you can go back to them. Handbook, that's where we're gonna keep that. Art curriculum. Now, the district will tell you how to get to your curriculum. I'm gonna show you that. Through their Launchpad, they have a spot where it is. It's your Fort Worth ISD curriculum, Fort Worth ISD online curriculum. So it's that red with the book. If you go there, they have it divided by content or visual and performing arts. And then, for example, if you're elementary art, you're going to click here. High school and middle school are a little further down. And then we have it divided by grade level. Now this is new. This is what we recently put up. It's that virtual instruction, guidance, and support. That's also going to be in that fall learning at home folder. But the items that we have in here are, you know, it's from a while ago. I mean, you can use it as a resource, but it's not our most current curriculum. But we will be updating that in a little bit. All right, so in this curriculum 2020, we go to elementary. You're gonna see your resources, your scope and sequence. And this is all downloadable. You can save it to your shared drive, but it's just gonna be a lot more in depth. It's gonna cover things a little bit, do a better job of being thorough and covering. They also have featured artist suggestions. We're trying to be cognizant of including minorities in who we talk about and teach about when we teach about artists. It's going to include your Texas standards and your national standards for art. Skill builder, that's, you know, your methods, but again, you can find that all in this curriculum folder. Now going back to your online resources, those are in your fall learning at home. So for elementary, for week 1. And sometimes what happens in here is people start making copies of things. And so try to find that original document, and it is about me. I think sometimes how you do move those, again, like say this one's yours, you're gonna press move to, and you can save it to your shared drive. So if you accidentally put it in here, I've been moving them into this teachers, please move your copy folder so that it just kind of cleans it up. But, you know, I'm not coming in here all the time, so. All right, but, so for elementary, and most of them are doing slides. I think high school, she's using a different format, but middle school and elementary, they're creating Google Slides, and then most of them are going in and creating a video to go with it. So the videos that she created, she has one for classroom use where if you want to post this as your lesson, you can do that. She also created one that it kind of describes what you could do to make it your own and record yourself teaching that same lesson. Or your other option is to kind of use this as a jumping off point and, you know, do it how you want to do it. As elementary, you're only, you know, you're teaching one lesson a week to the kids because that's how often you see them. Middle school and high school, you're going to see them daily. And so you're going to have a lot more lessons. If we look in middle school, like for week 1, she has all of her videos embedded within this slide, Google slide presentation. And so for example, like this is a video about like what items you could use to create art. She also included through that Pear Deck some social and emotional in there. So if you're looking for ideas, also you can look at the other levels. Olivia created this and did a great job. And she used her document camera to,
Hi, this is the OG art teacher coming at you from my living room in super quarantine. It's July sometime, and I wanted to go over the different names of lines. This may seem like a kindergarten.
so what she's doing is, this is what it's on the screen of her document camera, but she's also able to do that picture in picture. And we have a tutorial for you on that in that technology folder. Okay. All right, but like I said, we just put this together this summer. I created it. And so we're working on keeping it organized and, adding things to it and creating resources for you within here. Coming back to Flex, the list that you'll want to look for right now is Flex courses available until March 2021. So I have links on this page here. So say you want to do something on creativity, you can click on that and it'll take you to that sheet. I got very excited about links in Google this summer, so I try to add them to everything I can. But you can see like a course description and who's teaching it, how many credits it is, if you need any supplies. Like for example, this is a book study, so you do need to purchase the book for that one. Then it's gonna give you a Google Classroom code. And a lot of these have been ongoing since this summer. So if you go in there, you're gonna see other people have already done it or completed it. But there are asynchronous classes that you can do at your own pace. And there's a bunch of different topics that you can look through. So any questions on that Visual Arts shared drive? Or any questions in general for this upcoming year? I will see you in training one more time, September 1st in the morning. We'll have a morning session. They're gonna do some Art of Ed kind of implementation. Will be one of the sessions, and the other session, they kind of hijacked my session and I have to present what they tell me to present. So, yay. But I'll try to make it as interesting as possible. I think they actually even want me to pre-record it. So we'll see what happens. I have to have that together this week. But no, we usually get to have you for 2 full days, and we do media techniques within that as well as some other things. But this year, because of all the technology that you need, they've kind of taken away my time. So hopefully I'll get it back next year, because I know that as art teachers, we like to gather. We like to get together with the other art teachers, share ideas. They're all very, very friendly. And I know that they'll embrace you once they get a chance to be with you and meet you. But yeah, unfortunately this year our time is just a lot more limited. Any big fears or concerns? You guys are all ready to go?
I guess I'm just worried about the art on the carts when we go back into session. I think is my biggest worry. I know we can make it work, but I mean, I think that's the thing I'm most worried about.
Yeah, and I know it's not ideal. I know it's not what any art teacher wants. Good thing is you still have a home base. A lot of times the negative parts of art on a cart is you don't have a classroom. You still get a classroom. You still get a place to organize your supplies. You also won't have anyone messing up your art room. So that's kind of fun for you. But there's several reasons why we had to come to that decision. One is the process of getting those individual art kits is quite cumbersome. Like I said, I have to submit it to the board to get board approval, which is a lengthy process. And it's, it can't even get on the board agenda until September. And so part of that was when we're actually in the classroom, we can use their student supplies that they already have. And so their scissors, their markers, their crayons, anything that they've brought as their student supply kits, you will be able to have them use. And so that's one of them. The other reason is just the spreading of germs. The amount of cleaning you would have to do in between each class would not be realistic and fair to you. Nor do we have the supplies to give you the cleaning supplies to give you to do that. And so, you know, I know it's not ideal. And as soon as it is safe again, we will, of course, have the kids back in your classroom. I know that's where you'd rather be. But, and in terms of expectations, you know, we don't expect you to do all those same media. Those classroom teachers are not going to want you to do clay in their classroom. We understand that. So there's some things that you're just not going to be able to do this year. But what you are going to be able to do is you are going to be able to help them create. And you need to focus on that and focus on, you know, so many of them are in tough situations, especially since they've been at home. I know that when I was administrator at Dunbar, leading up to Christmas break wasn't a good thing for everyone. And so there was a lot of outbursts of behavior because there was anxiety about that, because food isn't always necessarily for sure thing when that Christmas break happens. And so thinking about that and thinking about, you know, our kids being at home all this time, some of them are going to come back struggling. I know that place where they can shine and share their talent and share their emotions and share, you know, that some of the things that they've been feeling are going to be with you. And so do your best to make them love their art time. I'd rather have them enjoying art than creating, you know, fabulous art. I'd rather them just want to be there. I know when I was a high school teacher, my main goal was getting kids in the door. Because if they came to school because they loved their ceramics class and it got them closer to graduating, then that was a win. So this isn't quite the same as some of our surrounding districts, but make it fun for them, get to know them. And when you are able to, please take that restorative practices training. It is really fabulous. It'll help you to, you know, develop connections with your kids. Tell them stories about your life. Let them tell you stories about your life. I know at elementary, everyone will have their hand up and want to tell you something, but middle school and high school, you have to work a little harder to do that. Other big concerns?
Tiffany, do you know if the new teacher training counts as some of our flex hours?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And will it go under like these will go under art, and then the technology ones will go under the 12?
I believe so. Yeah. So last year, the new teacher training 100% covered everyone's flex. I'm not sure how they're working that this year. I know there's been some concern because teachers had already done quite a bit of training over the summer, and now they have those 12 technology classes they could take. The other option with your technology is if you don't take it for flex credit, it can count for, and I don't remember the name that they call it, but basically you can earn things. So I did one program where I earned a Chromebook, and I know you can earn an iPad, and as long as you work for the district, that stays with you. And so if you would switch schools, that's, you know, that stays with you as a teacher. And so there are ways to get compensated as well. And, you know, if you're into the technology training, then look into that, because, you know, you can get some cool stuff. And one of the things that's helpful with having a Chromebook is then you can see what the kids see in terms of virtual training, because there's some things that are just a little bit more cumbersome on a Chromebook that aren't on a laptop. And so that's one option for you.
I have a question. If we still don't have our email and ID, are we going to be able to take the class that's for technology tomorrow later, or
yes,
no?
You are going to be able to take it later, but you won't be able to take it tomorrow until you have that Fort Worth ISD email. Okay. So sorry about that. I know that's frustrating to still be waiting. All right, well, if you don't have any other questions, you're free to go. Thank you for joining me these last 2 days. I hope you found it helpful. Again, reach out at any time. You can text me or email or call the office here, and we'll do our best to get you the information that you need. We are here to support you. That is our, oh, Austin said it's integration credit. Is that for earning those things through EdTech. Thank you, Austin. But we are here to support you. That is the main focus of our department. Wendy is going to be out, and hopefully me too if things aren't too crazy here in the office. But she'll be out to visit each of you at your campuses, hopefully within the first 2 weeks or so. She can only visit 2 campuses a day just because of spread of germs. They don't want her trouncing all over the place. And so since you'll be on campus, we'll do that. Also, we're working on getting each of you a mentor teacher, and I've asked them to kind of come out and visit you on your campus as well and maybe give you support that way. For middle school and high school, hopefully it's someone at your campus, but well, high school, Ronnie, no, your person is not. You have great teachers, but they're coaches, so that's kind of where they focus a little bit more. And so I found you someone else. But middle school, it's going to be hopefully someone in your campus, and then elementary, I tried to find people close if I could, so you're not super far geographically. But we wanted you to have some extra support and someone that you can go to if you have questions, beyond Wendy and I. You don't always want to come to us, but we are here for your questions. And we want you to enjoy working for Fort Worth ISD. We want you to feel supported and ultimately want you to stay. So keep us apprised if there's issues. Most of your campus administration is great. If there's some issues, let me know, and hopefully we can work something out. Don't wait until it's become a situation where it's a huge deal. To try to let me know when things are at the beginning stages, because I might have some more advice at that point, if that makes sense. Like for example, someone contacted me last year. My principal's out to get me. They've done all these things. I went to go advocate, talk to the principal, and they had been out like 20 something days. So there's some, it would have been helpful to find this stuff out at the beginning of the year where we could, I could have said, you know what, if you feel like your principal's out to get you, then let's try to make sure we're doing everything right. And being out 22 days, unless you have some type of, the family medical issue, then, that you can't be out that many days. So let me know before it becomes a huge issue. Let me know if there's an OPS issue. Let me know if you're struggling in any area, but we do want you to stay. We want you to be successful and feel successful. And we want to be able to help you change the lives of the students that you teach. All right.
So we're not with you tomorrow, Tiffany?
No, you are not with me again until the 1st.
But I thought new teacher training was for a week.
It is, but so if you go to that link for new teacher, let's see, where was that? Let me see if I can find it. Not sure exactly. I might have had it in our. Okay, I think in the guidelines for New Teacher Academy, within that page, yes, here is, I have the links included in there from what they sent out. So how you sign up for your content focus, and then I believe this is where you can go for the rest of it. And then so that's for Wednesday is your ed tech things, and then your campus should have something for you on Thursday and Friday. So whether that's virtual or actually in your campus gets you for those 2 days. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you on Tuesday next week.
Can I ask you,
Tiffany.
I just want to ask you, like, once everyone's off, because I don't want to confuse everybody. It's about art on a cart.
Okay. All right. I will have Rebecca too. So she's going to stay on too. She has another question.
I also have another question, but it's kind of unrelated.
Okay.
What's going on?
All right. All right, Austin, do you mind sharing yours first, or is it something that?
I mean, I'll just throw it out there.
Okay.
I got an email from Rafaela Gomez, something about an eligibility for 13th check for this school year. And I looked at it inside the forms under AppleTrack. I kind of know what it is, but I'm not totally sure. And like, what would happen if I didn't bother, like if I didn't sign up for anything?
Okay, so what that is because of how we're paid, you would not get well, all teachers who are starting in the district won't get their first paycheck until the end of September, which is a really long time to be working without any type of money. And so I think what they'll do is they'll give you money in your August check, but I'm not sure if it's too late or not. But basically what they'll do is instead of dividing your salary into 12 paychecks, they'll divide it into 13, and then you'll get paid like that. But usually we start work mid-August, and teachers are working for almost 2 months before they get a check. So it kind of helps with that. Okay.
From what I saw, the 13th check will be going out September 11th.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Okay, so then you would actually get a 13th of your salary September 11th. Is that what you said? And then the other, it's like the 27th or 28th, you would get the other 13th. So it would actually give you quite a bonus then in September. So that would be nice to get you started. But then you have that smaller amount the rest of the time you're working through August. So your last paycheck for this school year will be the end of August. So
Okay.
the end of September check is the first one of the new contract year.
So I should go ahead and fill out the whole form then.
I would.
Okay.
No.
Well, it did say something about like a $235 deduction.
Okay, I'm not aware of that.
12 monthly payroll deductions in the amount of $235 beginning with September. And it's kind of hard to read that date on there.
Oh, so what that means is your regular check is getting that $200 out of it to pull that money to be your 13th check. So you're not losing that money. They're not like, it's not like a fee. That's the money that they're pulling so that they can give you that other check. Does that make sense?
All right, perfect.
So they're not taking anything away. They're just, it is a good service. Like when I started as a teacher, I just didn't get paid for a month and a half. And, right out of college, that was not fun. So yeah, I would take advantage of that.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Sure, thank you. And I forgot again to ask people to do their, oh well.
Fine. People get to know me in time anyway.
All right. Well, thanks, Austin. All right, Hannah, what was your question?
So my principal was saying that she hasn't decided on what we're doing, if we're doing art on a cart or not. And I just like, if that's like something I need to be doing, I need to know so that I know because she also like she has glass that she's putting up on the tables and stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
so I don't know like if
Yeah, so the expectations from academics is telling the principals, yes, this is how art and music are going to be done. And
Okay.
so now if she goes rogue and does her own thing, like I'm not going to be there to stop her, but what we've said is art and music and at the elementary level will be on a cart.
so maybe she hasn't heard that yet,
Or maybe she just missed that. I mean, the principal's packet, they send them like 15 documents. And so,
Okay.
but just let her know that that's something that you heard in your training. And
4 rooms. That's like a for sure thing. Okay.
yeah,
I was
so it's for
worried
sure from the district.
other things about like taking over your classroom, and I was like, okay, where are we supposed to keep everything? But yeah, that makes more sense. So but also with like the checks, there's a form you fill out on, where is that? Did they give that to you?
They didn't give it to me. Laura, did you know where that is?
No. Which one? What are we saying again? I kind of was
Sorry, the
looking
13th check.
Okay. Yeah. It was. I got it in my email. It was from. Let me see if I can find it here. I feel like I've been getting like 5,000 emails lately. I love it. Let me see. Gracious, I can't find it. If I do find it though, it was from Rafaela though. Or mine was actually from, looks like Gregoria Munoz.
So it would be from the person who was your hiring coordinator.
Mm.
So whoever you worked with for hiring, you can send them an email. Do you know who that was, Hannah?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. Send them an email and just ask for that form again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Laura, did you have a question?
Actually, I think you answered it with the whole art on a cart thing, because I hadn't heard of that yet at all. And so I'm thinking my principal probably missed it, or there was a meeting and I couldn't get into it because I didn't have my email yet, and I still don't. So I'm like, uh-oh. But I have it. I just can't access it.
Okay.
Quite yet. So I'm not sure if I should contact tech about that, or just kind of wait and be patient a little while longer.
I would use Let's Talk, and kind of you do a technology help ticket and let them know that you can't get into your email. You don't want to sit on the hold line, the helpline. It's too much right now. So
I tried that the other day, and about like 30 minutes on hold, I was like, I'm gonna try something else.
Yeah, Glenn was on for 3 hours and 40 minutes this morning. Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, so do that Let's Talk ticket, and that's, I think, been the most effective or the most time efficient way to get help.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. And Rebecca. I think you're still on mute. Oh, there I go.
Okay, so for Tuesday's training, I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30, and I can't reschedule it because it had already been so it's for my, without too much TMI, it's for my OBGYN.
Okay.
And I mean, I can get on my phone and start from there, and then just as I'm just place it there and keep listening. I just wanted to know what was okay to do, because if y'all saw me moving around, I didn't want you to be like, where is she going?
Yeah. Okay. No, I would just start off with us. I'll make sure elementary is in the Art of Ed part first, because the section, your other session, will be like the one that I have to pre-record. So if you have to watch it a little bit later, that's not going to be the end of the world. And then like kind of then the end of that session then will be like just question and answer from what I go over. Okay.
Yeah, and so it's just like I don't want to miss anything, and I thought it was like, I didn't know it was like a district one like this until where did I miss that part somewhere? For the September 1st?
They have changed. It's been changed a lot since the start of the school year, and so I'm not sure how it's being communicated. I put it on the Artbeat Weekly, like when we had our district training, but I'm not sure how the rest of the information is getting out. and each campus
Okay.
has it a little bit different. So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, and like I did see the email that my principal sent out. It did say from 8 something to 11 was the district training.
Yes.
So he did send that to us, but then I was like, okay, maybe I missed it somewhere on y'all's part, because y'all have been so good about communicating everything. So I'm just like, maybe I overlooked that part.
No, I think I had it in. It's been in the art beat, but just at like just upcoming dates. And so, and if you read it as district training, you might not always. They used to call it like content training, so that would be your your content. But yeah.
Okay, so would it be like another Zoom thing like this?
Yeah, it's virtual.
Okay.
So it'll be kind of 2 sessions. So we have our art event representative gonna help with implementation. So.
Okay. All
Okay.
right, perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. No worries. All right. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.